Before Katrina, when I was taking pictures, I would take pictures of our school bands and my neighborhood, and people thought I was crazy. They were like, why do you always take pictures of the neighborhood? I used to say things like, because one day we're not going to have them anymore. And Katrina happens. When we came back, what was left of the neighborhood was buildings with our furniture in it that at one point we couldn't take back until they decided, hey, we're going to let them in take their stuff. So we took our stuff, then they decided, okay, we're going to tear these buildings down. After that, a lot of people they appreciated that I took those pictures. Going back to it, it was just like looking at a dead zone. Coming back officially in 2007, I had a mission to once again go ahead and take pictures of the marching bands and the events that they do. And one of the later marching bands on the scene was the Roots of Music. And my high school band director, Lawrence Rawlins, was the director of bands there. He invited me to come over to their practice. They were practicing out of the Contemporary Arts Museum at the time. And I went in to take some pictures. They weren't the greatest pictures in the world, but it was enough to cover a story on the organization, which was brand new at the time, to show the world that they exist. It was a good thing because it was able to put them online in a capacity that they weren't at first. But then after a while, they got even bigger than what we could imagine. And I was glad that I was able to cover them because it got me in touch with their actual director, the program director, Derek Tabb. And, you know, he's a great guy. When I met him personally, it was like almost meeting a famous person who wasn't really famous, but only famous because he was part of Reverb Brass Band. But it's like,
that's pretty famous.
You know, yeah, that's famous, you know, but it's like he is me. You know, he's a guy who is part of this, and he's doing what he's doing for the love of it, and I'm doing what I do for the love of what he does. For him to, you know, to get with his group and start a marching band, it was needed in the time where we didn't have it. So I commend what their program does for the city of New Orleans. The roots of music, and where does it start? Everything starts at the root. So, once they go off to college, though, it's a big deal. My co-founder, Robin Martin, she put out a survey. I gave my response, and she contacted me. She contacted some of my other friends, and we contacted our friends, and we decided we're going to put together an organization. We didn't know what to call it. We decided to go with the name the New Orleans Legacy Association of Bands, and we've been that since March of 2014. What we do is provide opportunities to young musicians through programs that we create just to help them grow in music. One of our biggest programs is our Mecca Masters class. It's a two-part series. One is actually for the band directors. The other is for the kids. For the adults, it's more so professional development courses for their own well-being as it comes to helping the kids. We get a college director or former college director to come down to the city, and we invite college students as well to be part of that particular course to become a greater band director or greater at what they do and how they organize their programs. We had some legends come down. One of them was Mr. Lawrence Jackson, who was the Southern University band director, and we also had Paul Adams of Norfolk State University. He's also an alumnus of Southern University, and it's from Louisiana, so it was a no-brainer getting him down here. We consider them legends. Mr. Paul Adams is a musical arranger, and we've played his music throughout high school, and so to have him down here and meeting him for the first time was like, you know, meeting Shakespeare. And you know, Shakespeare was a playwright, and what those arrangers in college do, they're like playwrights. They write the music and they write the field shows. And Mr. Paul Adams, true legend. Our program is called Musical Excellence Creates Consistent Achievement, and through music, you achieve. So our program is called the Mecca Master Class, and it's for kids for all ages. What we do is we get a local high school, former high school member who's a notable member of our band community. Usually we refer to them as legends. And for the past couple of years, we've been getting the drummers, a former drummer from the John F. Kennedy High School by the name of Eddie Christmas. This guy, he comes back, and his way of giving back is being part of our program and training the kids, even if it's just 1 or 2 days straight. We do this because we feel that it fills a void that we didn't have when we were in school. When we were in school, we didn't have extra programs that came to us. We had to go and find them. And usually they were not out there. We're given from our heart because we have a our connection to these bands is just great. And those are the musicians that grow up to be our famed jazz musicians. This band stuff, it's taken me places, and it's still taking me places. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. Music is essential to our lives here in New Orleans, and that's basically what it is. They tell me, man, Book, you need to stop with that band stuff. And I'm like, no, I can't help but to talk about it. It's all that I know. I follow the bands, just like the bands are second line. And I don't go to second line. That's not my thing. But I love them.
That's my thing.
Yeah, right. That's not my thing. I mean, but I do it. I do it for the love of the music, and you know.
Do it for the culture.
Yeah, I do it for the culture.